As the world becomes more technologically advanced, space travel is becoming an increasing part of our present. In many space-themed books and movies, people live and work in different areas of the galaxy, traveling and vacationing on interplanetary destinations. It may seem like something out of a science fiction movie, but colonizing Mars may not be too far away if SpaceX founder Elon Musk's plans go smoothly. The space tech giant has repeatedly talked about his goal to transform Mars into a thriving, exciting new area for tourists and business people alike, including his plan to send 1 million people to Mars by 2050. But how exactly does Musk plan to make Mars habitable for humans? In this video, we'll break down Elon Musk's innovative plan to colonize Mars. The idea of colonizing Mars is not new, and it actually wasn't originally conceived by Musk. Robert Zubrin discussed the possibility of colonizing Mars and the profitability of the venture in his 1996 book, The Case for Mars. In the book, he discussed how colonial America was the origin point of many inventions because of a labor shortage. Zubrin claimed this labor shortage would also act as a catalyst for many new ideas from the people on Mars. Zubrin also is the president of the Mars Society, an organization dedicated to exploration and settlement of Mars by humans. Michael Meyer, a lead scientist for NASA's Mars exploration program, is one of an increasing number of mainstream scientists who believe Mars could become a new city and tourist destination provided everything goes smoothly. Elon Musk's goal of getting humans on Mars is still in its early stages. SpaceX is currently working on developing its Starship, a large rocket and spaceship system. Musk hopes to use the system to move cargo and passengers between Earth and Mars, a distance of at least 30 million miles. Musk wants to have the spaceships wait in orbit until Earth and Mars align favorably, which only happens every 26 months. The spaceships will then travel between Earth and Mars. Musk has said he envisions many spaceships, which will each carry at least 100 people. SpaceX is planning to launch a test version of Starship 15 kilometers into the air at its facility in Boca Chica, Texas. The test Starship, dubbed SN8 for serial number 8, will land at the same place it launched from using 3 Raptor engines. The Raptor engines are reusable and run by methane and liquid oxygen. The engine broke the record for the highest combustion chamber pressure with a pressure of 330 bar during a controlled burn. The ship will be used to significantly shorten flight times on Earth through suborbital point-to-point flights, as well as to explore areas of deep space such as Mars and the Moon. The large version of Starship, which is 165 feet tall and can carry 100 people, is the one that will be used for Mars colonization. This version will be combined with a Super Heavy booster that has 37 Raptor engines. The model claims each Starship rocket can be launched about 3 times per day, carrying 100 tons of cargo per flight. Future tests for the Starship system involve increasing the flight ability for the ship at higher altitudes and eventually orbital flight tests. If this thorough testing sounds familiar, there's good reason. SpaceX used a similar method when testing its Falcon rockets. One of the biggest questions in the minds of scientists and space fans alike is how he plans to make Mars habitable for humans. The red planet does not have a favorable atmosphere for humans, and there's been little evidence of arable land with adequate resources for settlers. One of Musk's plans includes terraforming, which aims to make Mars more like Earth by recreating the greenhouse gas effect. In this scenario, humans pump gas into Mars' atmosphere to make it thicker and warmer. At one point, Musk even mused that dropping nuclear bombs on the planet could jumpstart the terraforming process. Scientists, however, warn that the idea is purely hypothetical. They worry that the lack of oxygen in Mars' atmosphere, combined with the lack of water and other natural resources on the planet, make it hard to know if terraforming is even a possibility. Musk has also discussed the need for a self-sustaining city in the event that resupply ships stop coming to the planet for some reason. Musk has also planned for the society and economy on Mars. The SpaceX founder hinted at an abundance of jobs on the planet, according to a tweet from January of 2020. However, Mars' crust is similar to Earth in its decomposition, so there aren't any resources settlers could mine and sell to Earth. Musk has said himself that only the settlers on the planet would find the resources valuable, instead choosing to sell intellectual property to Earth. Musk's ideas echo Zubrin's The Case for Mars, where he discusses how ideas could be an export for the eventual colonists. Musk also believes Mars will need fewer, simpler laws than Earth. He foresees a direct democracy where inhabitants will make decisions for themselves. Musk discussed the possibility of a faceted glass dome where people could walk without a spacesuit. Settlers would eat food grown on solar-powered hydroponic farms that are either enclosed or underground. Musk is confident he will put the first people on Mars by 2026. He believes that there's a small possibility that the first crewed mission to Mars could be as early as 2024. SpaceX is planning a Starship mission to Mars in 2022 that has no crew on board. Musk's original plans, that were unveiled in September of 2019, included orbital flights by mid-2020 and crewed missions by the end of the year. Despite an increase in Starship testing over the summer of 2020, however, design changes and the coronavirus pandemic caused plans to stall and slow down. Even so, Musk remains confident that plans to put humans on Mars will proceed in the coming years. Where does Elon Musk fit into this aside from being the brains behind the operation? During an interview with German media company Axel Springer, Musk discussed how he could be in orbit in 2 to 3 years. Eventually, the CEO of SpaceX wants to live on the red planet with the hopes that he will one day be buried on Mars. Currently, he's focused on making sure SpaceX is ready to facilitate the colonization of Mars successfully and without casualties. He warned that the mission to Mars is not without its struggles. Musk warned that the success rate of the project was low and that life on Mars, in the beginning, would be tough. One of the biggest concerns about the project is the cost. SpaceX has been quiet when it comes to a total estimate of exactly how much the project will cost. NASA's Apollo program, which put 6 spacecraft and 12 astronauts on the moon, cost over $280 billion in today's dollars. The Starship development has been estimated to cost up to $10 billion. Some figures estimate that one person's trip to Mars would cost around $200,000. Admittedly, this is a big decrease from the estimated $10 billion it would cost to send someone to Mars using conventional systems of space travel, according to Musk. While it's not exactly clear how much the mission to colonize Mars will cost, it's pretty obvious that it's a lot. Musk has repeated his hope that profits from SpaceX's other businesses, along with $6 billion gathered from banks and venture capitalists, will fund the project. The final concern for some researchers and onlookers is ethical. One of the most obvious issues for some is the use of the word colonization to describe the aims and goals of the project. The word reminds people of the past where rich nations commonly used exploitation and slavery to make themselves powerful and rich at the expense of others. Zubrin proposed that possible colonists could sell their labor in a form of indentured servitude, the system from colonial America that allowed people to work for a wealthy person for a specified number of years in exchange for passage to the New World. However, experts warn that such a proposal glosses over the many problems of colonial-era America, such as chattel slavery and brutal treatment. Some researchers argue that the SpaceX colony could become filled with conflict as people from different backgrounds interact without clear objectives or agreements on how their society will function. It's also unclear who will be the first people to settle on Mars. Musk has not mentioned who wants to participate in the mission to colonize Mars, but since Mars, and by extension its resources, don't belong to anyone, the fact that a private company such as SpaceX will be overseeing the settlement of the planet causes some concerns. Some experts in the field of ethics and technology have worried about how SpaceX will choose who goes to Mars and who's left out and why. The mission to colonize Mars is one that is part of SpaceX's idealistic core. After all, the company sells t-shirts for men, women, and children that have sayings such as "Nuke Mars" and "Occupy Mars" across the front. Musk himself is frequently seen sporting one. However, it's clear that there are a lot of hurdles to jump over, whether they be technological, financial, or ethical, before we see a fully functioning society on Mars. However, it's clear that settling Mars isn't just the plot of a science fiction novel or movie anymore. Now, it's a reality that we may see in the near future. This is all part of Elon Musk's grand plan to make humanity a multi-planetary species. Will it happen? We'll just have to watch the skies and see.